Another Sunday and another episode of Record Collecting with a Quill. For this episode, we will talk about favorite album covers. It was probably the first category I came up with when I started brainstorming for this series. Because, hey, we all love a cool album cover, don't we? For me, it's really important that the cover should somehow match the music. It should almost be sort of a label of content and tell, it should be a first glimpse into the actual music. So when I was going through my collection and picking out some favorite album covers, that was the criteria I was going with. So before we start, be sure to hit that subscribe button, YouTube down below, and also click that little notice bell as well so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Well, the first album cover is one I was really aware of the cover long before I knew the band and I knew the music. It was a cover that I saw in record stores as a young kid, and also I saw it in record catalogs and didn't know anything about the music at first, but I always loved the cover and the colors of it. And this one, the Cream album, Disraeli Gears. Your typical psychedelic 60s album cover, but I really love the color of this. It's almost like those, you remember those satin posters in the 70s? It's almost the same vibe as that. And I really love the vibrant colors on this one, and the photos on the backside as well. It's a lot of cool details. It's a cover you can sit down with and look at for a long time and find new details each time. And also, it's a great album. Let's not forget that the music is the most important thing, but it's a really cool album as well. So first one, Cream, Disraeli Gears. Second one, another classic, and this one goes totally hand in hand with the music. Scary and eerie. And of course, it's this one, the first Black Sabbath cover, the Old Woman by the Mill. This describes exactly what's on the disc. It's, as I said, it's eerie, it's creepy, it's spooky. The photo is kind of grainy as well, almost like a Blair Witch Project kind of vibe to it. And I know the mill is still around somewhere in England, and I always wanted to visit it, so hopefully I get a chance someday soon. I don't know if maybe I've been near it touring the UK, I don't know, but someday I hope to get to see it. But it looks rather nice from the photos I've seen now. It looks nothing like this. It's more kind of like an English garden. But I love this eerie cover and the back cover as well. Great cover, describes the music in a perfect way. So second pick, Black Sabbath, first album. Next one, another classic. You gotta have at least one of the Hypnosis covers they did for Led Zeppelin, and this is my favorite one for the fourth album, which is not titled at all. There's a lot of discussion about that. Is it called 4 or Untitled? And I go with the Untitled approach. This is a Japanese copy. I really love the old man there, and also, as you can see when you fold it out, it's actually part of a, that's the cool thing, because you think it's just I don't know, is it a painting or a photo? I don't know, probably a painting, but it's you can see it's part of a tear down wall there, so you see another silhouette of a typical English town as well. And it's kind of mysterious, the whole thing, and who's the man, and what is this house that's being teared down, and that's what I love. And you also have the fold out part as well here. Really cool. They made some amazing covers for Led Zeppelin. The Houses of the Holy is another really cool one, but today this was my pick. If you ask me tomorrow, it's probably Houses of the Holy. Another one which I love for its attitude and take no prisoners is this one, the Who's Next. They've been taking a piss, quite literally, on a concrete foundation. It tells in a perfect way the Who, what they were and what they still are, and they don't give a damn what we think about them. They do their own thing, and it's a bunch of guys you didn't want to mess with. Now they're quite old, so but I don't want to mess with them now either. They're quite nasty fellows, I believe. But this is a cool one. It's also fantastic album. I mean, you have Bob O'Reilly, you have Won't Get Fooled Again, you have so many great songs on this one, and perfect match with the cover. Kind of a little mysterious as well, so almost sort of a wink to what's his name? No, I forgot it. 2001, the movie. Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't, look it up. The obelisk of... Damn, my memory is not getting better with age. Stanley Kubrick. Sorry about that. That's a treat for you, me messing up. Another one. Same attitude, same kind of vibe. A bunch of guys you don't want to mess with. But also here's a sad twist to this one. The Lynyrd Skynyrd album, Street Survivors. There's a lot of attitude in this as well. There's a bunch of guys you don't want to mess with, or most of them. I think there's only two of them still alive. But you gotta love this. And if you read the biography, you know this is a bunch of guys you don't want to mess with. As I said, they're hard fellows, and you gotta love the knee socks on Artemis and also Leon's t-shirt. My grass is blue. What grass is he talking about? I don't know. You tell me. But also it's eerie knowing that a couple of the guys would soon be dead shortly afterwards in that horrible plane crash. But it's a great album. It's the last real Skynyrd album, if you ask me. But it's a lot of attitude and goes hand in hand with what the band was and what the band still is. So, a cool one. And the next one, a rather hysterical one, goes hand in hand with the music perfectly. It's this one, King Crimson in the Court of the Crimson King. This shows exactly what the music is all about. It's hysterical. And I think the painting is quite annoying, actually. This is a Canadian pressing, so I don't have the fold-out. I know there's a fold-out of it with there's another painting of the Crimson King I read up on, but this one is quite disturbing, but I really love it. And this is a cool album, start of the whole prog, really progressive music, hard progressive music. So it's a cool one. Check it out. And before we go to my favorite vinyl album, I have to show this one as well, which I love. London Calling by The Clash. It's sort of a tribute to the Elvis album, obviously, but I really love this one as well, with Paul, the bass player, destroying his bass. This is a perfect example as well of the music, the cover matching the music and the attitude of the band. This is one will have to get on vinyl soon. It's a great one as well. Cool. But my favorite one, it's a rather odd choice maybe. It's this one, Walter Rossi. It's a Canadian guitarist. You played in a band called Charlie and made a couple of great solo albums in the 70s. This one is called 6 Strings, 9 Lives. And why is this my favorite, you ask? Well, it's, as I said, it's a Canadian guitarist, a really great guitarist. But the cool thing with this one is that it folds out, actually. See, cool? Yeah, you think that is cool? Well, it actually folds out another, so you actually get a guitar neck, and you can actually peel out the guitar, so you get an air guitar you can use when listening to the album. Talk about describing what the record is all about. Must have cost a fortune making this one. Maybe it should be a cool idea for the next QUILL album. I would love to hear what our label would say. We got this cool idea. Let's make an air guitar in full size as well. Gibson Les Paul. That's my favorite album cover, just for the attitude of it. Good old 70s, when there was still money around and record labels could go with crazy ideas from bands and managers. So that was my last pick for this episode. As usual, I will make this. It's the same Spotify playlist, but I will put a couple of tracks from each album. I don't know if the Walter Rossi album is available on Spotify, but I will for the other albums. I'm pretty sure they're available there. And there's also tracks from the previous episodes I made, so you can listen to those as well. In the meantime, be sure to follow us on our social media. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're everywhere. The QUILL Sweden. And also check out the latest album, Earthrise. I gotta say thank you for the support. It's selling really well, and from what I heard, the label had to press another batch of records because it's been selling so well. So thanks to all of you who bought it. And if you haven't checked it out, I will post some links to the videos here shortly. So for next week, well, if you've been talking about the best album covers, it's inevitable that you also have to talk about the worst album covers as well. So I'm pretty sure next week we will take a look at the turds in my collection. Do you have any ideas which record covers are the worst ones? Is it Blind Faith, or is it Scorpions' Virgin Killers, or is there any other really bad album covers in bad taste? Let me know in the comment section if there's any, if you have any suggestions. But for now, thank you for watching, and see you all again next week. Cheers, bye.